before Margot Robbie took her talents to Hollywood, becoming an Academy Award nominee for I, Tonya and Bombshell. She was making sandwiches at Subway. She told Delish, I actually don't go that often anymore because I watch them make it badly and I'm upset. Before Tan France taught us the French tuck on Netflix's Queer Eye, he was wearing dull uniforms as a flight attendant. He wrote in his book, Naturally Tan, that he only lasted 2 months, saying that he felt like a glorified waiter. Yes, Kate Middleton had a life before marrying a prince and becoming a duchess. She was a buyer for luxury fashion store, Jigsaw. She got the job by reaching out to the brand's founder, Belle Robinson, and worked in the accessories department. Fancy. She's a crowd pleaser on screen and on the ground. Before Tiffany Haddish turned into a breakthrough actress and comedian, she was on the ground staff team for Alaska Airlines. She told Stephen Colbert, "I worked at the gates, and my goal was always to bring happiness and joy to people." Growing up in Iowa, Ashton Kutcher had many odd jobs before his successful move out to Hollywood. He worked on his family's farm, living his best cowboy life, helping with the animals. After that, he worked at General Mills, sweeping up cereal. We all know the fabled story of Taylor Swift's childhood on a Christmas tree farm. But did you also know that she worked on said farm? My job was picking the praying mantis pods off of the trees, collecting them so that the bugs wouldn't hatch inside people's. Nicki Minaj has repeatedly discussed her pre-fame job as a waitress at our nation's finest chain of casual dining seafood restaurants, but even she'd tell you it wasn't her forte. I like dealing with people, but I don't really like a lot of bullshit, so maybe customer service wasn't the best job for me, she told GQ in 2014. Before she was a Suits actress, or hello, a member of the royal fam, Meghan Markle was a professional calligrapher. She worked at Paper Source for a while between 2004 and 2005 and did freelance jobs on the side. She actually it's hard to think of Beyoncé as anything but Beyoncé. But she too was once a child forced to earn her keep by doing mundane tasks for her parents. From 6 to 9 years old, I would sing and put on little shows by myself for the women who wanted a hot press and curl and some good conversation. You know John Hamm as the incredibly suave Don Draper, but he was not always the man that could make drinking in the office look like a good idea. Back in 1996, he worked as a set dresser for softcore porn movies that aired on Cinemax. It was soul-crushing, he said. Overachiever Amy Poehler not only worked as an ice cream scooper at her local parlor, Chadwick's, but wrote an entire essay about it for The New Yorker. Hard and physical, the job consisted of stacking and wiping and scooping and lifting, she wrote. Every time a customer was... Brad Pitt's first job in Hollywood was at an El Pollo Loco chicken restaurant, where he had to stand outside in a chicken costume and wave at passing would-be customers. If you go on any celeb-themed bus tour in Los Angeles, there is a 99.9% chance. Before she started stripping, Cardi B worked as a full-time cashier at the Amish market in NYC's Tribeca neighborhood. She was fired after giving a coworker a discount on a purchase and went to check out the strip club across the street after a manager... Oscar and Emmy-winning actress Nicole Kidman learned the time-honored art of massage to help with her mother's muscle pains during her breast cancer. But she liked it so much, she started doing it for other people, too. "I still love giving people massages," she said in 2012. Matthew McConaughey's first job was at the Oak Forest Country Club in Longview, Texas. He got paid to rake the sand traps on the golf course, but he later got conscripted by the greenskeeper to shoot armadillos who were eating the grass on the grounds. "That was the most fun part," he said. Before he was designing his own Yeezy collections, Kanye West worked as a sales associate at The Gap during his teen years. It's funny that I worked at The Gap in high school because in my past 15 years, it seems like that's the place I stood in my creative path. To be the gap, the bridge, Kanye told Channing Tatum. I mean, you've seen Magic Mike and Magic Mike XXL, so you know this. He didn't do it for very long, but the video proof lives on. Ride it, My Pony. Now one of the world's most iconic supermodels, Cindy Crawford was once a small-town girl just like so many other small-town girls hoping to make it big. Before she was discovered, she shucked corn for $4 an hour. Back in her early NYC days, Madonna worked at a Times Square outpost of Dunkin' Donuts. She was reportedly fired for squirting jelly on a customer. What's the problem? Miley Cyrus started making her own money at a very young age. Hello, Hannah Montana. But in her pre-fame days, she worked as a part-time broad janitor, picking up all the bras and underwear that ended up on the stage after her dad's concerts. Before she was the star of movies like Bridesmaids and Spy, Melissa McCarthy worked as a barista at Starbucks and once had her own celeb sighting when Chris Farley came in for a drink. At one point, I got so overwhelmed because he was right there that before she landed her career-making role in the movie Precious, Gabourey Sidibe worked as an operator on a phone sex line for 3 years. I was actually pretty good at it, she told People in 2017. I did it for 2 months before I was promoted. During the press tour for her movie Horrible Bosses, Jennifer Aniston said the toughest job she ever had was working as a bike messenger when she was 19. My lowest moment was probably driving into a door that opened, she said. I'm very uncoordinated and Julia Roberts. While she was still a wee Hollywood newcomer taking acting classes, the pretty woman herself scooped ice cream at Baskin-Robbins. Another famous Baskin-Robbins alum? Barack Obama. Like Brad Pitt before her, Megan Fox also had a brief stint as a professional wearer of a dumb costume. In Megan's case, it was a banana outfit, which she wore to promote a smoothie shop. Okay, this was really just a good excuse to put a photo of young, shirtless Chase Crawford in this gallery. Before landing the role of Nate Archibald on Gossip Girl, Chase worked as a model for Abercrombie & Fitch. Before winning an Oscar for her role in Dreamgirls, Jennifer Hudson worked at a Burger King in her hometown of Chicago. In 2007, the company awarded her free Burger King for life. Can you imagine? Hot Dog on a Stick is a restaurant that sells hot dogs on sticks, as you may have guessed. But could you have guessed that Eva Mendes once worked there? She served up the delicacies at a mall in Glendale, California. Prior to introducing the world to the wonder of Cookie Lion, Taraji P. Henson worked a few jobs to pay off her student loans. She was a secretary at the Pentagon, but also sang Tina Turner covers on a Potomac River. In her pre-Desperate Housewives days, Eva Longoria worked at Wendy's and later shared her cheeseburger secrets on Rachel Ray. What we learned at Wendy's was mayonnaise goes on the bun first to seal the bun, so the bun stays nice, she said. Then you put the ketchup. In his early days, Tom Cruise worked as a bellhop at a hotel. He also thought about becoming a Catholic priest for a while, but that, obviously never came to fruition. Dwayne Johnson. Though he's now one of the highest paid actors in Hollywood, The Rock had very humble beginnings. He tweeted that his first job was working as a dishwasher. At age 13, Gwen Stefani, another alumna of fast food life. Gwen Stefani once worked at Dairy Queen, where she says she made her first dollar. She used her earnings to buy her first album by Sean Cassidy. Before she was the Oscar-nominated actress who originated the role of Regina George, Rachel McAdams worked at McDonald's for 3 years. It was a great place to work, but I had a little bit of an OCD thing with hand washing and just didn't have time, she said. They were like, hey, the drive